The airplane hummed steadily through the afternoon sky, carrying its passengers toward destinations unknown to one another. In seat 12A, Marcus Chen sat perfectly still, his expensive suit pressed and neat, his briefcase tucked beneath the seat in front of him. He was the CEO of a successful technology company, a man whose decisions affected thousands of employees and millions of dollars. But today, none of that seemed to matter. Marcus stared out the small oval window, watching clouds drift past like slow-moving ships on an endless white sea. His reflection stared back at him. Tired eyes, tight jaw, the faint lines of stress etched across his forehead. He had been on 17 flights this month alone. Business meetings in Seattle, conference calls from hotel rooms, presentations to investors who only cared about numbers and growth. He was exhausted. More than that, he was empty. The flight attendant passed by with her cart, offering drinks and small packages of pretzels. Marcus waved her away politely, returning his gaze to the window. He tried to remember the last time he had truly smiled. Not the professional smile he wore in boardrooms, but a real one. The kind that reached his eyes and made his chest feel light. He could not remember. His phone buzzed in his pocket. Another email, another problem demanding his immediate attention. He ignored it. For once, he simply wanted to sit, in this small space between destinations, and feel nothing at all. That was when he heard the voice. "Why are you so sad?" Marcus turned slowly, surprised by the question. In seat 12B sat a little girl, perhaps 7 or 8 years old. She had dark curly hair pulled back with a bright yellow ribbon, and she wore a purple dress covered in hand-drawn stars. Her legs swung freely above the airplane floor, not quite long enough to reach it. She looked at him with eyes that were curious but not intrusive, patient but not pushy. "I'm sorry," Marcus said, his voice rusty from hours of silence. "You look sad," the girl said simply. "I can tell. My name is Lily, by the way." Marcus glanced around, looking for an adult who might claim this unusually perceptive child. 2 rows ahead, a woman with the same curly hair was absorbed in a book, occasionally glancing back to check on her daughter. "I'm Marcus," he said finally. "And I'm not sad. I'm just thinking. Thinking sad thoughts makes you sad," Lily said with the confident logic of childhood. "That's what my teacher says." Marcus felt a strange pull in his chest, something between amusement and pain. "Your teacher sounds very wise." "She is," Lily agreed. She pulled out a coloring book from the seat pocket and opened it to a half-finished picture of a dragon. "Do you want to color with me? It helps when you're sad." "I have work to do," Marcus said automatically, though his briefcase remained untouched. "Work can wait," Lily said, pushing a green crayon toward him. "The dragon needs someone to color his wings. I'm doing the body, but wings are hard." For a moment, Marcus considered refusing. He was a CEO. He had quarterly reports to review and strategic plans to approve. He had built an entire company from nothing, turned ideas into reality, made himself indispensable. But who, he wondered suddenly, had he become in the process? He picked up the green crayon. They colored in comfortable silence for several minutes. Marcus focused on staying inside the lines of the dragon's wings, something he had not done since his own childhood. The repetitive motion was strangely soothing. The simple goal, make this wing green, then the next one, required no strategy, no meetings, no compromise. "My dad works a lot," Lily said suddenly, not looking up from her coloring. "He says he has to take care of us. But sometimes I think he forgets to take care of himself." Marcus's hand paused mid-stroke. "What do you mean?" "He forgets to eat lunch," Lily explained, carefully coloring the dragon's tail red, "and he never plays anymore. He used to play guitar, but now it just sits in the corner. Mom says he's forgotten what makes him happy." The words landed like stones in still water, rippling outward through Marcus's thoughts. When was the last time he had done something simply because it made him happy? When had success stopped being about joy and become only about achievement? "Do you think your dad is sad?" Marcus asked quietly. Lily considered this seriously. "I think he doesn't remember how to not be sad. Like he forgot where he put his happiness and now he can't find it." Marcus set down his crayon. His vision blurred slightly, and he blinked hard against the unexpected sting in his eyes. This little girl, this stranger on an airplane, had somehow reached inside him and touched something he had been avoiding for years. He thought about his own father, who had worked himself into an early grave building a small business. Marcus had sworn he would be different, that he would build something bigger, something that mattered. But somewhere along the way, the business had become everything. He had no hobbies anymore, no friends he saw outside of work, no music, no art, no quiet mornings with coffee and a book. He had become his father, after all, just with a bigger office. A sound escaped him, something between a laugh and a sob. He pressed his hand over his mouth, embarrassed by the emotion breaking through his carefully maintained composure. "It's okay to cry," Lily said matter-of-factly. "My mom says tears are how feelings get out so they don't get stuck inside." Marcus laughed again, and this time tears came with it. Real tears, the kind he had not allowed himself in years. They rolled down his cheeks while passengers around them pretended not to notice. And Lily simply continued coloring her dragon, allowing him this moment of unexpected release. "Thank you," Marcus said finally, his voice rough but sincere. "For what?" Lily asked. "For reminding me," he said. "For asking the question nobody else dared to ask." Lily smiled, pleased. "You should do something that makes you happy when you land. Something just for you." Marcus nodded slowly. "I think I will." The plane began its descent, the captain's voice crackling over the intercom with landing instructions. Marcus helped Lily carefully tear out the finished dragon picture from her coloring book. She signed it with elaborate loops and handed it to him. "So you don't forget," she explained. As passengers filed off the plane, Marcus said goodbye to Lily and her mother. He walked through the terminal differently than he had walked in, slower, more aware, carrying a child's drawing in his hand instead of his briefcase. That evening, he did not check his email. Instead, he drove to a music store and bought a guitar. He did not know if he would be any good at it. He did not know if it would solve the hollow ache that had taken up residence in his chest. But for the first time in years, Marcus Chen was ready to find out what made him happy.